Now let's take a look at this combination of superlatives plus present perfect plus ever. You guys remember that we use ever to make emphasis, to emphasize that we've done something or we haven't done something in any time of our lives. So this combination of present perfect with a superlative adjective, it's a way of expressing emphasis. So take a look at this horrible movie called Twilight. I really hate it. So it's my personal experience, and I'm going to say it to you that this is the worst. I'm getting a quality, the quality of being bad, and I'm putting it in the highest degree and saying that Twilight is the worst. This is the worst movie I have ever seen. I use present perfect plus ever to emphasize that I look at all my life experience, all the movies I've seen in my life, and they weren't few, they were a lot. And from all the movies I've seen in any time of my life, this is the worst. So I use the combination present perfect plus ever to emphasize my point, to make my point. What you guys have to remember that this is a combination of present perfect, ever, and superlative adjectives. So you have to make present perfect. If you use just the auxiliary have or has and ever, it's not present perfect. If you use just ever and a past participle, it's not the present perfect. To have present perfect, you have to, it's your obligation, you're obligated to include both auxiliary verb, have or has, depending on the subject, and the past participle of the main verb. And I'm telling you this because many times I ask a student to write one of those sentences with present perfect, ever, and superlative adjectives, and people write it in halves. They don't write the whole structure of present perfect, and then I have to say it's wrong. And then if it is a test, you lose scores, you lose points. Now we're going to do a little exercise because this is what I'm going to ask of you in the test. So we have here a story. It's a story about a vacation. Actually, we have 3 stories about vacations, but let's start with this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to read it and then summarize it in only one sentence using a superlative with present perfect and ever. Loch Lomond in Scotland is my favorite for its quiet beauty. I remember taking my shoes off on a hot day by the lake in plain view of a singing waterfall, sitting down on a small rock, putting my feet in the water, and just pondering this peaceful moment in a world of chaos. There was no one else in sight. There isn't a quieter or more relaxing place on earth. Okay, so how am I going to summarize it into only one sentence? First of all, let's think about what we're talking about. Who is the subject? Loch Lomond. I'm going to say what Loch Lomond is. So Loch Lomond is, then I'm going to think about the quality, the adjective that I'm going to use to describe Loch Lomond, which is really easy because it's here already, relaxing. But from reading the text, I understand that Loch Lomond is not a commonplace. Actually, it has this quality, relaxing, in the highest degree. It has more of this quality than any other place. So I'm going to transform this adjective relaxing into a superlative. How do I do that? I count the syllables. So relaxing. 3 vowels, 3 syllables, which means that I'm going to add most before my adjective. So Loch Lomond is the most relaxing place. After that, I have to think about the emphasis, which is given by present perfect plus ever. I am the one talking, so I is the subject. The auxiliary verb is have because the subject is I, followed by ever, giving emphasis, and then the past participle of verb be, this time verb be here, it's functioning as go. That's why we use this preposition to after it. So Loch Lomond is the most relaxing place I've ever been to. Now let's see our second story. Once on a spring break vacation, my family and I went to Florida for a week on a coupon deal. Stayed in a hotel, can I even call it that? Called Florida Paradise. There were bats in the ceiling, poop on the walls, and we had to use bath towels for blankets. We left the next day. So we're going to talk about Florida Paradise. We're going to say what Florida Paradise Hotel is. So Florida Paradise is, and the quality is bad. I don't even have to think about it because it's already here. So I know this is the quality, bad. And Florida Paradise has this quality more than the other hotels in the area. So I have to transform bad into a superlative. You guys remember that bad is an irregular superlative adjective. Bad becomes worst. Florida Paradise is the worst hotel. And then we have now the present perfect ever part. Again, the text in the first person, so my subject is I. The auxiliary verb is have, followed by ever, and then the verb stay, which is a regular verb. So the past participle has the same form as the simple past, ed, stayed. And we use the preposition because the verb asks for it. So Florida Paradise is the worst hotel I've ever stayed in. The third story is about African safaris. I loved the African safaris. Can anyone deny that the amazing creatures that permeate the savannas make for the best vacations? I've even got to hold a lion cub. You would never think such a baby could have paws the size of a small woman's hands. He was heavy and so awesome that every time I think of this, a big smile appears in my face. No other animal could compare. So obviously, the main subject of this text is the lion cub. So we're going to say what the lion cub is. The quality that we're looking for is amazing, which is a synonym of awesome. Kind of a synonym of awesome, but it's already here, so let's work with that. The lion cub is, how do I transform amazing into a superlative? Again, I'm going to count the syllables. I have amazing. So I have 3 vowels, 3 syllables. What should we do? We should add most before the adjective. So the lion cub is the most amazing animal because that's what it is. That's what the lion cub is. The lion cub is the most amazing animal. Now is the present perfect part. Again, this text is in the first person, so the subject is I. The auxiliary verb is have, and our verb is right here, see, which in the past participle form becomes seen. So the lion cub is the most amazing animal I've ever seen. That's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, please hit me up on WhatsApp. See you guys next week. Thank you.